Oh, the beautiful music. You know it's time. It's Thursday again. Time for Scoop.
And Trudy.
Yeah, we're back at it.
You're looking good, girl.
I'm trying. I'm a little tired, so I had to put
you
some.
You don't have the ponytail. Your hair's all out and flowing with the wind. And...
Yeah, I went to the hairdresser last week, so the ponytail will be back next week. it's my off week.
By the way, you were terribly nice the other night for the BJ Awards. You took me and my friend home.
I was your chauffeur?
Yeah, that was very nice of you.
I told you that I'm responsible for you.
Okay.
I'm like, I have to make sure
making sure you're where I am.
If you don't make it home, I have problems. I got to make sure you make it home.
But that was a nice event.
It was very nice.
Not only getting a notification or notarized or what do you have? What do you call it? Acknowledged. That's the word I was looking for. Acknowledged for being one of the originators.
I know.
But, I started with BJ back in Detroit.
Yeah, I know you explained that to me.
In the early 60s. Mm-hmm. So in that time, it was with a guy named Stone.
Chuck Stone,
who also moved to Philadelphia, then finally to Washington, D.C., and became quite noted for his writing.
Yeah, I remember his column as a kid.
Yeah, he became very famous. But Chuck Stone was one of the originators too in Philadelphia. So that was a nice affair. And I like the way they decorated, and
it was beautiful.
Yeah,
it really was nice beautiful there, and
they're all captured here in your column.
I know. This week I gave I wanted to give the people who've been doing things over the past couple of weeks some real I guess not publicity, but give them some accolades and celebrate them.
Yeah, shout out to Sherry.
Yeah, congratulations, Flashpoint.
With her first
her live show.
Yeah,
her live broadcast, and that was a great show. That was last Thursday. We went and the panel discussion, anything when you're dealing with women and moving them forward in the discussion about how we can move things forward.
And getting them together to agree.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is an accomplishment. And she did it. She did it well. Although, Sherry, you didn't invite me, so I'll have to come to the next one.
You definitely do. Yeah. We'll make sure that happens.
Okay. Because I got a lot to say.
Yeah.
Listen, talking about a lot to say, I wanted to advise some of our listeners about a wonderful lunch that I had. I went out with my husband one day.
Okay.
We stopped at a little place. I can't give you the name right off, but I tell you what, if you want all the details, you hit me on my Gmail.
Gmail, Facebook, where are you going?
Where do I go, Sister Judy?
Where should they hit her up at?
Yeah, on your Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah.
On my Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you where it is, because what I'd like to do, by the way, you've been there.
Yes, I have.
What did you have? It's sort of a...
I have habanero wings most of the time and a nice light drink. I usually have the wings.
Ken and I had the fritters. The conch fritters. They're delicious. And we had, the thing that I liked about it, first of all, it's very it's a nice place to go. It's lively, it has good music, has my kind of music, from the islands. And I liked it very much because they gave you a good bowl of soup and a good salad plate. It wasn't one of those little skinchy side
you get tons
there.
of food.
Yeah. And it was all under $15. So I thought it would be kind of nice if we meet some of our radio friends over there one Saturday afternoon for lunch.
Now, that'll be definitely fun.
Well, stay tuned and you'll find out where and when. But in the meantime...
They need to hit you up on your Facebook, they need to look you up.
You got it.
Okay. And you'll just share that with me, so I'll come over and we can hang out.
By the way, I had a Goombay smash.
What's a Goombay smash?
Goombay smash.
What's a Goombay smash? Because I'm gonna tell you what she did to me as we were leaving.
Alcohol in it.
As we were leaving the PABJ, you know what she says? Her and her friends, you gotta love them. So Shamel's sitting in the car waiting, and I'm like, Shamel's waiting. We need to go. But you know what she did? She stopped. She made a pit stop. Her and her friends. She made a pit stop.
No, I didn't. They made the pit stop. I stopped at the vodka and orange juice.
Vodka and that was a pit stop. They stopped and she stopped and got her vodka and pineapple. And I said,
Yeah,
and I said, and what is that you have? And she says, don't worry about it. By the time we get to the car, it'll be gone. I said, really? And you know me, really?
Uh-huh.
Really, you stopped?
The other Trudy came out, right?
It was wonderful. The next thing she says was, you and Shorty don't listen. You and Shorty don't listen. Neither one of you. I said, okay.
That's our job.
I said, this was hilarious. This was fun. This is why I have to make sure you get home.
Yes.
Well, I have to
And
do
I thank
these
you for
things
that.
now while I still can.
No, it's nothing wrong with it. It was beautiful. It just was.
No, it wasn't wrong. It was right.
No, it was just
It was
like
all right.
it was just like okay. We all are grabbing ourselves, and it was so hilarious because prior to her making her stop, she was rushing us. But then she stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody else was on their way to the car, but she was taking her time.
Yeah.
It was like, really? Like, okay.
That sounds familiar.
Sherry, I'm getting ready for my last hurrah.
What you mean? What's the last hurrah?
Well, things that I want to do before I leave this good earth.
So you got a bucket list?
I got a list, and we're planning a big hurrah starting off on November the 7th. That I want everyone to come along with me and have
It's
fun
November
with
the
me.
7th. That's next Wednesday.
It's right after Election Day. I'm starting a campaign.
What's the
Well,
campaign
you
They're
talking
called?
about
starting
your
the
party,
card.
Your party.
Oh, my party
You
is
got a
going to
party.
be, well, I have the exact date for the party. We're going to have a party, folks. All of my family and friends.
Uh-oh.
You're going to meet and greet, and we're going to have a ball to say hello to and to thank Philly Cam for my
Okay.
show, because this is my 50th show anniversary.
Oh, wow.
I had the 50th. And I was told that the first show was aired on Philly Cam was my show.
Now that
So
definitely is something
they've
worth
been
celebrating.
really great these last 4 or 5 years that I've been with them, and as I said, I want to say thank to all the people to
Okay.
have been behind me and pushing me along, and we're going to have a great time, and I want them to come in and help me celebrate. So
Okay.
we're picking the date. We're meeting and we're talking about the party, and it's going to be very soon, by the way.
So we'll put all the details on
So
Facebook.
so tell me what's going on the 7th though, because the 7th is a date we have already. So can somebody help me? Tell me, how is it that I'm the only person in here who owns a newspaper and never knows anything?
But you're going to know.
I never know.
Because you're on the inside of everything.
I never know.
Yes, you know
Seriously,
everything.
I'm the last to learn. I'm
What's the
like,
7th?
how is it that you own a newspaper and you know
The
nothing?
7th is going to be the official launch of your campaign.
What campaign? What is the
The Trudy
campaign?
Haynes Legacy Campaign.
All right, so she's a legacy.
Yes,
so why
she
do we
is.
have to have a campaign? Can somebody help me?
We'll reveal all of that.
We had so today it's just
In due time.
we're just peeping out. We're just
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
out little bits of
Like
information.
Little teasers.
Seriously,
Right,
you're
right, little
teasing
teasers,
me.
right.
All right,
Well, you
this-
always tease me.
but that's perfectly fine. I got it. Now that I know that we're teasing, I don't want to know. How's about that?
You know everything anyway.
How's about that? Well,
and I have a birthday coming up. That's another reason. to
when's your
celebrate.
birthday?
November 23rd.
Uh-oh.
So with that and my young friend in there, we've got two of them coming up the same day.
So answer
right here at
this.
this thing. Huh?
So answer this, since you like your vodka and pineapple, and so we gonna pop bottles for your birthday.
Whatever you say, baby. Whatever you say. Because
Are we gonna pop bottles? Or we gonna have pop
when
a
I
couple
was
of
younger, my
champagnes?
favorite drink was champagne and orange.
So we gonna pop a bottle of champagne?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still got some from my
No.
anniversary.
We'll get a nice new one.
You don't want to take it.
We gonna get some. We gonna get something because you're gonna be what 92. So we
92.
gonna pop a bottle of Moet. We gonna
Don't
do
get
something
that
nice.
film, too.
I don't
Yeah,
feel
we gonna do
92.
something
I feel
nice.
like I've still got some things to do, and I
Well, 92 doesn't
certainly
mean that
feel-
you stop working.
no.
You
I
got
don't want to
you
retire.
you
I
know
wanna
one
keep
thing
going and-
for sure, and I'll get all Cherie on you because this is the Cherie moment. One thing I know for sure is you're here to do a certain thing. You haven't finished whatever it is you're supposed to do. So
That's
because
what he
you
kept telling
lively,
me.
you pushing it. So that means the work is not done. I don't know what the job is, but you got tons of work left to do. So,
Well, and I
so
also
just
have a-
stick
a
with the
mission coming up,
program.
too.
Yeah, stick with the program.
Scholarships.
Do the work. Do the work.
We'll do. We'll be right back right now.
So we're back. We're back. That was a quick break. These couple of seconds are too fast. It's like can't even. So can I talk for 2
Yes,
seconds?
yes.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So tomorrow is my 1 year anniversary. Yay!
Oh, so now we got a third reason to have a
Yeah.
big party.
That's
So
right.
tomorrow's my 1 year anniversary.
Well, what does that mean? It means
That means that a year ago on November the 2nd, Mr. Driver and his nephews and our attorneys, everybody, we sat down and we finalized the paperwork and he signed Scoop over to me. We finished the
Wow.
business deal. So I actually became the official owner of Scoop on November the 2nd, 2017. So tomorrow, I made it a year. I can breathe like, because
Well,
that was
congratulations,
like
girl.
a whole knot in my stomach last
Congratulations.
year.
That isn't easy.
And on top of that, so I made it a year. I'm celebrating my staff on Saturday because I have to give them
So we're
thank
going
you.
to party.
Yeah, you're coming.
Yeah.
On Saturday, I am doing dinner with my staff because I need to thank them for sticking by me because they had worked with Mr. Driver, most of them for 30, 40 years, and they took a chance on me. So I want to thank them. And then in thanking them, the next day, on the 3rd, I'm being honored. Get that. I'm being honored. The first time somebody's recognizing me for my work over the past year, and it's by the Unity Community Center. Mr. Robert
really?
and Wanda Dickerson, they're
Well,
honoring me.
Were
They
we,
give-
were we invited?
Hmm?
Were
Well,
we
you
invited?
Yeah, you're invited.
Okay.
You guys
So-
are
so-
invited.
She said
So-
she never hears about it. I didn't hear about it. I'm just hearing about it.
Yeah, I just happened to look down because
Uh-huh.
it's in the back of I'm like, oh my God, this is a big weekend for me.
And that's on page
4.
4.
Yeah, so
Okay.
and in addition to that, so when I'm not here and I'm not running around doing papers, lately I talk to people. So last Friday I went to Darby and I spoke to some 6th graders and it was so awesome. They were so welcoming, first of all, well behaved. And they talked to me. We talked about Scoop, how I gave up a career to run a newspaper, and that was just so wonderful to have these kids interested in what it is that I do. And next week, part of my conversation is Scoop is going to participate in the open table discussion. Open Table Philadelphia, they're having everything on November the 8th, which is after I leave here. So when I leave here next week, I'm going to have a discussion, and I'm not giving out the location yet because it's only for 12 people to sit, and I don't want 100 people or more to come. So people have to
Matt,
call
I
the
already
office.
know.
Yeah, they have to call the office to find out the location and the time. But next Thursday night, I'll be participating in a conversation about media. And not just media, Main Street media, but the community media. Like, how can I or can Black media do better with the direct communities, the people that I service?
I should be there.
You're welcome. You can be on you can come talk
Can I
with
be
us.
one of the 12 that you can only have?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You're there.
All right.
So you're hanging with me all Thursday next week.
Okay.
All right. So I think that's what I needed to say. I'm so excited about all of this because it's like, oh my God, like it's
Finally.
it's
Just the beginning.
it is
a climb.
is as Meek Mill say, it's levels to this. So I made level 1. I'm moving up to level 2. So I'm kind of nervous,
out,
excited.
Philadelphia.
I
Here she
know
comes.
it's
That's
levels
right.
to
Here comes
this.
Miss CEO.
Yeah,
And I love what you've been doing with it too. These front pages.
I'm trying something new.
Yeah.
because
great.
my bestie over here explained to me that I own the paper and you can do new stuff. Like stop acting like you're scared. Do something new. So,
Do whatever you want to do.
I know. It's like you can do it.
You
It's
own it.
yours.
That's right.
I was
Yeah.
like, that is right, huh? It's
So
mine.
that's real nice. And I want to congratulate in your paper also the article I read about Vonda Klein, what she's doing with the, I guess, championships and
Yeah,
things that she's doing with your figure, bodybuilding, fitness, and figure stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking very good doing that because she's on my show sometimes too.
Ah,
So
that's great. She's one
sharing
of my
all the-
new columnists. She
Yeah.
writes with me, and she's been doing great. She's been sticking up and coming every week.
Okay, that's
So-
important.
Yeah, it is
Just
important.
show up.
Yes, I can depend on people. It's
That's
very
great.
important.
That's great.
It's like just waking up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just get up.
Get up and get out. That's the thing. So where do we go next, girl?
I guess we can talk about some of the things that are going on today, because you're going after we leave here today. You're going somewhere, and I'm going somewhere.
Yeah,
and we're
Shorty,
going
where we
places
going?
together.
We're going to
On someplace on Broad Street, the Gamble
Vi?
and Huff thing.
You're going
Yeah.
to VIE, VIE.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for what? Gamble and Huff. Something with
Yeah.
Gamble and
they're,
Huff.
they're receiving an award.
Yeah. I had the sheet here. We're coming right back, and I can get the sheet together and tell you where
Okay.
it is.
All right, so
Oh, I know. Publicity.
okay, so we're back again. It's wonderful how I get to be the person to say we're back. I have perfect timing, I think,
Yes, you do.
today. So, one thing that I needed to mention is at Girard College, and for some reason I can't find the listing, which is weird. Okay, it's opening. They're having an event on Wednesday. It's an open discussion, and the guest speaker is Dr. Walter Palmer. He's coming out, and they're going to be talking about, and I'm just reading this, so please forgive me. It's a Girard College speaker series, and the discussion is a better education, access to excellence for economically disadvantaged students. So knowing that I have a 12-year-old, and that one of the discussions that we all have as parents and family members is the educational system in Philadelphia. So I think this is something worth definitely taking some time to go out and participate in that discussion and find out what it is that they're talking about. I think they're going to have several representatives from other schools there, so you can actually find out what's going on in different schools and have this conversation. It's something really, really worth going in, and it's going to be posted. I'm going to post it on my Facebook page, my Instagram page. So if you look on Scoop, on Facebook or Instagram, you'll be able to see it there, because I have to make sure that we help Girard College and the other schools that are coming together to help us educate our kids.
ScoopMedia.com, right? That's the new website.
That's the website, but it's not. I don't know if I'm going to actually put it on there. I'll try.
Okay.
Yeah, I will see if
But
it'll
the
be on our front
education is
page.
so important. And
It's invaluable.
yeah.
You can't.
Every station that I've been listening to leading up to the voting date has emphasized that the
Part of the
education
discussion
system
is-
it should be
it needs to be
much more.
revamped. It does.
Yeah, and we need it. So I'm proud of you, lady.
Mommy? There are certain things that there is no compromise on. There's no is not an option for education. It's not an option
For your health, good
for
health.
your health. No, it's not an option for elections and votings and finding out where you come from and how we got here. Those things you need to know. And if you don't, you have problems. So when you have an opportunity to invest to make sure that our kids have those things, that's our way of laying the foundation.
And
for them.
education is right at the bottom of all of that.
It should not be. It's at
No,
the,
I mean, I
mean
shouldn't
the
say
foundation
You mean at
of
the
it.
foundation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the first thing.
It's
that
one of the
you have
first
to be.
things.
It is.
It's one of the first things. The education, it starts at home and then it goes into the school. So the home part is learning who you are, where you come from, why you're here, and those basic family standards of life. Like in my house, you won't do this and you won't do that. Those are the things like all of our parents instilled in us. And once you get those, you know how to, I guess, hug and embellish your education and understand it even more. But if you don't get those, then you don't see the value in the education. So it starts at like stage one, at entry level, and then going forward.
And I think most of the parents should realize, or probably do, but maybe not taking advantage of it, that education in this country now is free. And we should use it
To
as
an
much
extent,
as we can.
because what they're giving you for free is not really
Doesn't mean it's perfect,
it's not.
but it's there.
it's
and we
nowhere
can take
near-
advantage of it.
It's nowhere near where it was even 20 years ago.
I
It
don't
has
know.
diminished
You
greatly.
think?
Like
Well, I'm not there,
a lot
so
of
I
our
don't know.
a lot of our schools don't have books. Our kids don't have books. Like that
Air
is that,
conditioning.
that is something that there's no way in the world. How can you study if you don't have a textbook? There are teachers. I went to my nephew's school in North Philly one day, and I went to talk to his teacher.
They don't
and
have homework. I know that.
and I met her in the photocopy room where she proceeded to photocopy pages out of a book so that she can give them homework. Because
No,
they didn't
that's
have
not
textbooks
good.
to distribute. So a huge portion of her day is spent in the photocopy room, not even teaching. It was spent there. So there are certain things that we really need to realize are happening. Because number one, I would not have known that if I didn't have to go to school for my nephew. Because like, why would I be in elementary school? But it was a real eye opener to see that they didn't have books, and to see that she had to do that.
Subject to Oprah is campaigning out, but her whole speech was on education and learning from the good things that we've known from the past. And she was down in Georgia.
Well, you know, one of my big things in my little isms that are everywhere, our history is speaking to us. We need to listen. So I believe with all my heart that if you pay attention to the things that were in the past and you look today, unfortunately, it seems like in some senses history does repeat itself. But when you know history, you don't let it repeat itself.
Or
you know,
improve on it.
Yeah, you don't let it happen exactly the same way that it did before, because you're better now.
And you can work out solutions, alternatives.
So you have to pay very, very close attention to the messages that are there. For instance, even with the awards for the PABJ and honoring the people who actually started. So that brought the conversation up again about who started this and why.
And why, yeah.
You know, so that conversation should be something that sticks in people's heads, because now you understand the history. Like, this is why we did this. This is why we still do this.
And that's why we do it.
Yeah, it's why we still do this, and it's something that we still need to pay attention to.
And that's going to be the mission of my campaign, to get the...
to motivate people and get them to understand.
But to give scholarships.
And paid for it.
Yeah, we're going to give scholarships.
Okay.
To those who want to get into communications from all of the
HBCUs and community colleges.
And the community schools.
Okay.
Community college schools. So we've got a mission.
Well, that's a mission. It's needed, and things happen exactly when they need to happen. Like, they don't happen a minute before, they don't happen a minute after, they happen exactly when our Lord and Jesus wants them to happen. It's like right then and there. So if you're doing this on the 7th, and that's the day that you have set to start, then that's the day that it needed to start. Not a day before, not a day after. And it will go, and it'll move forward, and it'll be all that you need it to be.
Yes, Mommy.
Yes, Miss CEO.
That's how if you've been listening long enough, you'll learn that I have these ways of thinking that are God-feared and instilled in me by my grandmother. From the time I sit at her lap and crocheted and learned every day and had it instilled. And throughout my 49 years of life, I found them to all be true. So I live by them. So I believe that these things happen.
I always listen.
He does listen, and I'm like, you listen to me? What? Yes. But those are the things that I hold near and dear to my heart. So I won't talk too much. I won't do anything. I'll just sit there.
You do talk too much, but that's
no,
all right.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's okay.
I talk now because this is what I'm doing.
This is what you're doing.
This is what I'm doing. But most of the time, you'll sit in a room with me and you'll be like, "What is she doing over there?" Because she is not talking at all.
You know what? You can do a column.
See that guy over there?
Cherie-isms.
No talking. No talking. That's the one that doesn't talk.
What do you think of that?
Cherie-isms? Nah, I don't want. I
quotes from Cherie.
No, they have to come when they come.
It's got to be spontaneous.
They have to
start having guests. You said something about that last week.
Yeah, we're supposed to figure that out. But you know what the problem is? We don't have time to sit down and talk.
This is true.
It's like we schedule appointments and it does not happen. Why? Because everything else happens.
You need to be cloned.
I don't need to be cloned. I was trying.
No,
I tried to teach my daughter.
Say no?
No. She's fine. Just as
we
she
need
is.
to clone Cherie.
We don't need to clone her.
We could make a lot of money.
I tried to teach my daughter. She's running, man. I don't want to be like you.
Every home should have a Cherie.
Bad enough I look like you already. I don't want to be like you.
Okay. So anyway, where do we go from here?
It's almost time for us to go to these many things that we have to go to.
So it's going to be me and the kid next week we still got 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
We got 2 weeks before we have our birthday cheer.
Yeah, your party.
Yeah.
And we'll
so we're going to do something big. We're going to bring balloons up in here. We're going to have fun.
Yeah, you said
Can
something
we do
about
that?
balloons for my party.
I love
now
balloons.
folks, we've been talking and fooling around, but I am having a party, and you are going to be invited. So keep tuned in and keep
your
on
Facebook.
my Facebook.
Yes.
And all of the details will be there. You're cordially invited. I am inviting you today to my celebration legacy campaign party.
So with that said, take care, everyone, and have a good end of this week. And we'll see you next
blessed
week. Yes,
one.
a blessed weekend, because today is Thursday, so the weekend's here.
Yep.
This is Scoop saying bye.
And Trudy saying, see ya.
See ya.